Hi, my name is Carrie Barnhart. I'm an Entertainment Relationship Manager, Wealth Advisor at Regions Bank's Music Entertainment Division. I have with me Carrie Murphy, an agent at WME. Carrie, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to catch up and just hear about what's been going on with you.
Well, thanks for having me, Carrie.
Absolutely. So let's get started. I want to know what made you want to get into the music industry?
So when I went to Belmont University, I had a student job in the School of Music office. And people would call all the time asking for students to play strings at their wedding or an a cappella group for their holiday party. So I just started answering those phone calls and pairing those with student musicians and creating opportunities for them to play. I didn't know what a booking agent was, but years later, when that opportunity came up to work at William Morris, I realized that was something I'd already loved doing and finding gigs for friends. So that what's the difference in doing it professionally?
Absolutely. That's amazing. So what is it about being a booking agent that you love so much?
Definitely the live music. I mean, it takes a village with the music industry to get the artist going and build that music and build that story. It kind of culminates in that live experience where the fans get to hear that music. So there's just nothing like being in a packed crowd with that audience singing along to the artist's lyrics. I mean, that's the good stuff.
Speaking of live music, obviously this past year has looked a lot different in the music industry. Live music has gone away. So how do you give your clients and your artists, fans, that live music experience without them actually being there in person?
This last year plus has definitely been one of the hardest in my professional career because what we do every day with live entertainment, like you said, went away. So we had to quickly pivot and get creative. And that was seen in drive-in movie theater concerts or virtual live streaming performances. But I would also say that we use this time to also dream and plan. I mean, we put a lot of trust in our financial partners, like Regions, to really keep everyone afloat and keep going during this time period so that we had that time to reflect and plan.
I mean, obviously, with interacting with your artists this year, it looks different because you're used to being able to create showcases and having them come in and perform on the steps at the office and giving an opportunity for your other agents at WME to showcase and see the talent that you're working with. So how have you this year maintained those relationships?
I think that all comes down to the relationship. And relationships are different from person to person, but I hope that they're built on trust and mutual respect. I mean, much like our relationship.
Absolutely.
I respect your knowledge of what you do in the financial industry, and I trust you to be honest with me so that we can make some dreams come true.
You know, I think that for me is what is so great about what I do as an entertainment relationship manager, wealth advisor, is the fact that I get to watch people live out their dreams and allow them to do that, you know, all the while helping take the stress of the money piece off of it. And I know that you feel that same way as their agent because you've watched them come into town, you know, from all over the place with this dream and this excitement, and you get to help them grow in their career and make connections, and then getting to see them on that live stage. Like, I've got chill bumps thinking about it. There's just really nothing cooler to me than that. So I would love to kind of know your thoughts on that live performance and how it feels for you watching your artist on that stage for the first time.
Well, first, I want to say thank you for doing what you do because it is such an important component to be that, you know, rock for the artist so they can dream. And to answer your question, it feels great. You know, seeing artists take each step along the way from their first support slot at a club and kind of just really trying to get that fan base to buy in to that next step in that bigger venue, and then to going into an arena-sized room and seeing them captivate. You're so proud. Kind of a mission for me personally as an agent. I like to work with artists who are like culture shakers, who are authentically themselves, and they make music that's from their heart, that that they push boundaries, that they hopefully bring some diversity to our genre.
And I think it's interesting to look at, because right now you're planning and trying to figure out, okay, what does the rest of this year look like? But what is it going to look like in 2 to 5 years?
I hope that we come back with a renewed sense of purpose and appreciation for what we get to do, because when we see that live show, we now know that it can go away. And that first opportunity for an artist to step out there and meet some fans, we know that can go away. So I hope that we all have that deep sense of purpose and appreciation again.
If you were giving advice to someone who is wanting to be a booking agent, are there any other things that you would say, this is what I'm very thankful that I did early on in my career, or you know what, if I could go back and tell myself early on in my career, I wish I would have done this or done this differently?
If you're kind of starting out, I would say just try to get out there, get in the mix and meet as many people as you can. I say that from not taking my own advice. I wasn't always great at just getting out there and being part of organizations like Solid or Yep. Also, if there a young person has an opportunity to work live events, that will give you so much knowledge that you can translate onto the booking side.
So what about you with your job? What are you most excited about right now with your role, and what it's going to look like both today and in the future?
So I am really lucky, or not lucky, I'm fortunate to be a part of working with Gabby Barrett. I mean, in a year where the world shut down, she had a monster year.
Absolutely.
I mean, her debut single, I Hope, was the #1 most streamed song in country music of 2020. And she broke record after record, and she's just starting. And like I kind of alluded to earlier, there's so many great developing artists that I'm excited that I'm working with, that when everything comes back, to get those artists on the road and bring something new, hopefully, and fresh to the country genre.
Carrie, thank you so much. It's always great to be able to catch up with you. It's great to actually be able to see your face in person. I've missed that over the past year, and so I just appreciate your time to come in and chat with me and just give me a little bit more of an insight of what this past year has looked like for you, and the hopes for the future. And so thank you again, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Let's go to a show together.
Let's go to a show together. I cannot wait.
Thank you.